today marks the 107th anniversary of the last Marian apparition in Fatima, and the day on which thousands of people witnessed the miracle of the dancing sun. A miracle that shattered the belief that God was no longer relevant. Our Lady of Fatima Parish in Ludlow has a new exhibit of pictures from the archives of Fatima, Portugal. I visited the parish to take a tour of the collection that depicts the lives of 3 shepherd children, the faith of a nation, and the power of prayer. Giving the bullet. In the basement of the parish center at Our Lady of Fatima in Ludlow, Fernando Silva, a longtime parishioner, has organized hundreds of photos surrounding the lives of 3 children and the impact their prayer life has made on the world. Siblings Francisco and Jacinta Marto and their cousin Lucia dos Santos, poor peasants who in the early 1900s would spend their days in the fields in a hamlet near Fatima, Portugal.
They didn't even go to school because there were no schools to go to.
Then, Silva says, the children who already had deep prayer lives were visited by an angel.
The first thing that the angel said was, "Don't be scared. I am the guardian angel of Portugal. I am the angel of peace. And I come to ask you to pray with me." And the angel knelt with them and prayed with them. And from there on, he asked to please continue praying that prayer.
Silva spoke of the 3 apparitions of the Angel of Peace in 1916 and several apparitions of the Virgin Mary in 1917, which have led to Fatima becoming a major center of pilgrimage for Catholics around the world. The pictures, purchased from the Fatima archives, tell the story of Fatima through the years, of the strong devotion to the Rosary and continued prayers for the conversion of sinners. Silva himself grew up in central Portugal and was about 12 when he first visited the shrine at Fatima.
Something that I could never forget. What really impressed me was to see the faithful walking on their knees around the chapel. That stayed with me forever.
Silva said his grandfather witnessed the miracle of the sun.
In our family, that we were being reminded constantly about the praying of the Rosary, how important it was to pray the Rosary every day because of what Mary requested at Fatima. So that was kind of impregnated in me, and it stayed with me all my life.
Father Pedro de Oliveira, pastor of Our Lady of Fatima, praised his predecessor, Father Vito Oliveira, and Fernando Silva for establishing the museum exhibit.
We're first and foremost grateful for our former pastor, Father Vito Oliveira, who has been the pastor here serving the parish and the local community of Ludlow for over 30 years, together with our humble servant, Mr. Fernando Silva, who was so instrumental, who was part of that committee to help Father Vitor to establish this museum of artifacts with a message and history of Fatima.
And Father de Oliveira also has on display in the chapel upstairs from the museum a first-class relic of 2 pieces of bone from Saints Francisco and Jacinta in one reliquary. The 2 canonized by Pope Francis on May 13, 2017, the 2 youngest Catholic saints who are non-martyrs.
And so I thought that was beautiful. Brother and sister united, one family, heroic saints together in one reliquary.
And Lucia's cause for beatification was opened in 2017. And Father de Oliveira told me he welcomes all to the museum. He especially encourages religious education classes to come and learn more about the lives of these saints and the impact that the messages of Fatima have had on the world.